This may sound too simple, but until there's commitment, a chance to draw back is still there. An agreement of assistance and staying true till the end. Be on time, be honest, completely, and don't walk over anything. Every small thing does matter. Be open for feedback, and when you get home you can cry. It's all about growing and not about knowing the truth. Be on time, be honest, completely, and don't walk over anything.
So the journey goes on, and what is the conclusion? What is the summary? Well, it's really not relevant to conclude if the journey goes on. There is no summary. The journey speaks for itself. Of course, there's what contains the whole journey together, and that is gratitude, of course, thankfulness, because without something giving me life. And that can be broken up into parents, into God, into breath, into consciousness, into the universe, into all these things are part of me having the opportunity to experience life. These are very simple things. They're not simply understood by a mind that wants to understand it, but they're very simple and obvious. But without all these things, without the sperm and the egg and the interaction between parents and all that, nothing would be here. So the gratitude cannot just be for a God or be for a consciousness. It has to be for every moment. It has to be for everything, even the cup of tea that you drink. But I don't want to finish with gratitude. I want to conclude with an attempt to share something about what life is. And I'm going to try and look for an example, because many videos beforehand have not seemed to work. When the speaker says, there is no seer, the seer does not exist. There is no seen. The seen, that what appears to be seen, does not exist. The only thing that exists is the seeing. But there appears to be fluctuations of seers within the seeing. So there's not a God as an initial seer looking through you and seeing what you see. God is the seeing. So the seeing is that what starts off. And it takes different variations of forms within its journeying. And what it ends up, once it's been through all these vessels, you, animal, tree, whatever, the result of it, the seeing, is only seeing. There's nothing seen. There is no seer. There is seeing taking shape as apparent seers and scenes on the way. So everything is seen through. So I am seen through, meaning something sees through this body. But I am also seen through as a fake. I don't exist as that initial seer. I am the seeing, taking shape with a body that appears to see things and know things. I don't know if this makes sense. But even the universe, the world, the earth is seen through. The seeing uses the trees, the mountains, the sky as seeing objects or seeing no objects. But eventually it's seen through, meaning it can see through it physically. But it also sees through it that it's not real. Truth is the seeing. Everything that fluctuates from the seeing being the one moment. It is still but moving. It is alwaysness. It is everywhereness. It is isness. It is changingness within its own stillness. It's even more simple than we make out. The mind makes out a God, a spirit, a soul, a person, a life, a planet. So the mind accepts that it cannot go further than steps. But when the steps are taken away, it cannot take away the journey. The journey of seeing itself, coming to the end of its seeing, and seeing itself in the mirror as seeing. Isn't this the breath? The breath goes in, it stops, and it retracts. The thoughts come, and they go. Sometimes, most of us wants to take action in between and become the thinker. It is so simple when you take everything away. The ego mind, thinks the more you know, the more you will find out about truth. The fact is, the more you take away, the more you realize the truth that you are as a permanent seeing, but also as a temporary seer. The more you realize, and then if you take away yourself, take away the idea, the Ramana Maharshi method, no, not this, not this. You disappear back into the earth like the tree that before it was taken seed, and you become the seeing, the whole seeing. What about it, you see? In a world of human minds, so what? So what? that information is of no use. Writing about this is of no use. Sharing this is of no use. What is use is for you to become Ramana Maharshi and experience being the seeing. Because when you realize that you are just the seeing, the seeing has no end. When there's no end, there has been no beginning. When there's no beginning and end, there only is this that's taking place. Infinite seeing. As infinite possible seers are just the seeing. Therefore, death becomes just another movement in this fluctuating one moment of seeing. Therefore, immortality is not understood. Immortality is not something that you can gain. Immortality simply becomes. Immortality simply is. Therefore, whatever I am has never been born and will never die. But the mind, thankfully, will keep clearing itself out of the space that I am, so that more space can be available for the next mind, and the next mind, and the next mind, and the next mind. The journey is a type of story. The story is empty, filling itself up like a cup of water until it's been drank, and filling itself up for another drink, and filling itself up for another drink. Life is all that exists. Life is seeing. Consciousness is seeing. There's not a consciousness seeing. Consciousness is another word for seeing. Seeing, another word for consciousness. Existence and life in consciousness and seeing is all that exists. Things take place for it to know. Thankfully, I'm still here. Thankfully, I've always been here. God bless you all. Namaste. Thank you for joining me on this journey and this conclusion. I hope this sharing can be experienced. And you find that even though the speaker tells you, I need to know for myself. I need to discover this for myself. And to discover it, you don't have to do anything. You just have to be faithful to life, to nature. You have to trust that everything will reveal itself in every occasion you appear in a body, and every moment of you appearing in a body as an opportunity to realize God. I hope you don't need to meet God so that God can help you on your way. I hope you can do it on your own. With no steps. Just be content. Just accept life for what it is. And just love everyone around you. By being kind. By being silent. And by not saying, what are you going to do with your life? Better you say, what is life doing with you? But even better, just say, hey, how are you doing? Are you good? Are you bad? Or are you just content? I is content.
This may sound too simple, but until there's commitment, a chance to draw back is still there. An agreement of assistance and staying true till the end. Be on time, be honest, completely, and don't walk over anything. Every small thing does matter. Be open for feedback, and when you get home you can cry. It's all about growing and not about knowing the truth. Be on time, be honest, completely, and don't walk over anything. Be honest, be open, completely, no drama, just service to the divine.